find a space that's at least 5 feet longer than your car. Otherwise, you might not be able to successfully park in that space. Now, as you approach a parallel parking space, you need to signal to warn other drivers behind you. Then pull up next to the car ahead of the space, keeping the back of your front seat lined up with the back of the other car's front seat. The seats should be aligned, just like this. You should also leave 2 to 3 feet between your car and the car next to you. After shifting into reverse, look over your right shoulder before slowly backing up. As soon as the car starts to move, begin turning your wheel all the way to the right. Continue backing up until the back of your front door is lined up with the rear bumper of the car next to you. When you reach this point, begin turning the wheel away from the curb as you continue backing into the space. Once into the space, straighten the wheels as necessary and pull forward or backward to center yourself between the other cars. Ideally, you should be parked about 6 to 8 inches away from the curb.
It's 12 o'clock.
Not too bad. Now let's recap parallel parking as one smooth maneuver, only this time we'll look at it graphically. Signal as you approach the parking space and pull up next to the car ahead of the space, keeping the back of your front seat lined up with the back of the other car's front seat. Leave 2 to 3 feet between your car and the car next to you. Back up slowly, turning your wheel all the way to the right. Continue backing up until the back of your front door is lined up with the rear bumper of the car next to you. Then turn the wheel away from the curb and continue to back into the space. Straighten the wheels and center yourself between the other cars. If you're taking a driver's test and must park between cones, treat the front cone like the rear bumper of a car and handle it as you would when parking on the street. Begin backing into the space as you normally would. The key is to begin turning your wheel away from the curb whenever the back of your front door lines up with the front cone. Then finish backing into the space and straighten out your car. Remember, parallel parking is difficult and stressful, but you have to learn how to do it. This video, or any other video or book, can't replace the hours of practice required to master parallel parking. Parents, take time to practice this with your students. You can't expect them to be experts just by watching us. And students, this is going to take a lot of practice, but don't let that frustrate you. It happens to everyone.
I wish we could have practiced parallel parking a little more. I know I can do it.
I know you can too, but we need a little break from driving. Pull over to the curb up ahead. We'll take a walk and get something to eat. Before you turn the car off, it's a good time to think about which way you should set your wheels when you're parked facing downhill like this.
Okay, I have this memorized. Let's see. Downhill with a curb, so I should turn my wheels toward the curb?
Okay, memorizing this is fine, but it's easy to figure out just by thinking about what would happen to the car if the brakes failed.
If the brakes failed, the car would go forward.
Right. So which way would you turn the wheels to avoid having the car roll into the street?
Toward the curb.
Exactly. Now, set your wheels and set your parking brake.
Okay, Dad, I got it. Let's go get something to eat.
Mark raised a very good point by giving Molly a break. It's extremely important to give your students breaks every hour, or as often as necessary, to keep them alert. There was also a good lesson about parking downhill with a curb. If your brakes fail while parked, the car will coast in the direction your wheels are turned. In this case, the car will coast into the curb and stop, rather than into another car or out into traffic. If you park downhill without a curb, park as close to the shoulder as possible and turn your wheels sharply toward the shoulder. Should your brakes fail, your vehicle will head onto the shoulder. If you park uphill with a curb, turn your wheels away from the curb. If your brakes fail, the back of your front tire will roll backwards and hit the curb as long as you are parked close enough. This will prevent your car from backing into traffic. When parking uphill without a curb, turn your wheels all the way to the right. This will ensure that your vehicle rolls backwards away from the road if your brakes fail. Little things like this go a long way towards ensuring your safety and the safety of other drivers.